The Rahisaurus in my chat. Holy shit. I'm still doing setup! Okay, we're almost there. I'm early. I'm still early. Stream isn't supposed to start till 8. It's still 7:53. That's absolutely crazy. I've been in your chat before. I remember you liked one of my comments on Blue Sky about adding some sort of like mouth movement to voice tracking shit. And I hear that that's been added to Rocky Tuber now, so that's awesome. Hi Serval! Hi Serval, we're still a little early. So I'm still just kind of chilling. Let's see. I hope Fubar isn't too loud. It's been a great morning so far. So yeah, I hope all of you guys are doing well. You're just about ready. Hello. Hi. Oh my god, I've been so excited for this. Oh, it's been too long. It's been too long. So, welcoming viewers, welcome back. Thank God you're here. It has been months. I lost everything, had to restart everything, remake my assets and all that. So I figured while I was at it, I might as well switch over to a proper VTuber setup instead of the PNG tuber from before. So yeah, hi, thank you for being here. Holy shit. New viewers, hi, I'm Scion. I am a robo-demon VTuber. I am also an openly transgender individual, a progressive Catholic artist. I want to build a community that is very welcoming and loving and reminds everyone that we are all loved as we are, no matter what anyone says. Let's see. I love you, Ari of Sorrow. I need to turn you down in my ears a little bit. Well, yeah. I don't know. We love Castlevania Aria of Sorrow in this house. There it is. Turn that down in my ears. So yeah. Anything interesting going on for you guys this morning? I had a kind of a rough sleep. Probably for like obvious reasons, but I'm at least up. I'm somewhat rested. Hoping that my like chronic migraines don't start wigging out, but we'll see. I don't have any pain meds to deal with them right now, so we're just gonna chill for a bit. I'm also waiting for my coffee to cool down. Oh shit! I know my Discord got pinged. Did I ping any of the friend Discords that I'm in? Because I know some friends were really excited to hear that I'm back into streaming. Let's see. Ignore my model wigging out. Fun fact, drew and rigged this entire model myself. That was fun. The Hollow Knight music. I ended up beating Hollow Knight off stream just because the lag, the input lag was just a little bit too brutal, and I'm so glad I did that because I don't think I would have taken as much time with it on stream as I did off stream. Beautiful ass game, I swear to God. Oh my goodness, it is. I mean, sealed vessel, Hornet, wood. Anyway. But Hollow Knight is such a beautiful game. I'm still working on... Dusty! Dusty! It's so nice to see you in here! Oh, it's been too long, Dusty. Welcome back! Yeah, I'm currently working on trying to get the two God Home endings for Hollow Knight, but it's... Woo! If you've ever tried to do the God Home endings, you know why I'm suffering. I had to get a whole new controller for my PC because my controller was already on its last legs beforehand, and going through Hollow Knight, it absolutely broke it the rest of the way. So, like, I'm currently, like, for my PlayStation, I'm using a knockoff, because I was using a PS4 controller. So I'm using a knockoff for my PS4 that I really only feel comfortable playing Minecraft with. And then I got, like, a really nice, Switch Pro controller, because I'm like, might as well get something that I can use on my Switch, too, as well, because, like... Or my Switch as well. I don't have a Switch 2. And I really like the buttons. It's nice and clicky, but I'm still getting used to it. So... oh, man. Alright, I'm sending shit to Discord servers real quick. Hydrate. Oh fuck, I should. I wake up so dehydrated every morning, no matter like how much water I drink. And I know for a fact my ass is snoring. I know for a fact my ass is snoring. I hate it. I hate the idea of me being someone who snores. Fuck, can I actually type links properly? There we go. I must follow you back when you streamed before, and with your new debut, I'd totally forgotten what came before. Raid! Oh shit! Thank you for the raid! We have just started, guys. Well, welcome in. You guys are 1 minute into the stream. Hello, welcome. Oh, and there's ads. I'm so sorry, Raiders! I'm so sorry. Welcome in, Raiders. I'll wait till after the ad to do introduction shit. If you're on Firefox, you can... leaving them at good hands. Yeah. If you're on Firefox, you can use the mini player to get around ads, fun fact. So... if you're not on Firefox, there's another reason to get on Firefox. Oh, man. Yeah, that's what I do usually, because I am broke, and as much as I want to support my streaming friends, I don't have the money for subs. There's also an alternate Twitch player extension. Ooh, hell yeah. But yeah, I don't have the money for subs, so I use little workarounds. But I leave the ad playing in the background anyway, just because I'm sure that does something. Even though I know ads really aren't all that helpful. I love that I could stream for 6 hours and make less than 25 cents off of ads. Actual thing that happened to me, I made 21 cents off of ads on a 6-hour stream. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't really care too much. I don't really do this for the money. The money is nice. It helps boost my quality of life. That's why there are ways to monetize me, because I have a shit quality of life. But I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing this because I, as a creator, want to create. And as specifically a trans creator, I want my voice to be out there and uplift others. Okay, ad break finishing now. Hi, writers. Sorry about that. Welcome in. I am Scion. I'm a robo-demon. I'm trans. I'm a progressive Catholic. I'm disabled. I've got multiple people in my head. These are fun little facts about me. Now that the stream has actually started proper, I have a list of things to go through to introduce myself. Because, you know, it's a debut stream. I want people to know who I am. So, beyond the stuff that I already said, and I'll elaborate on some of that later. If you haven't caught it already, my username is a Castlevania reference. I fucking love Castlevania. I IRL am named after Castlevania characters. I changed a name to fit one, but I was born with the middle name of one, so that's fun. I have an entire wall dedicated to Castlevania. There's Castlevania music playing right now in the background. It permeates every single aspect of my existence. Let's see. My pronouns are whatever is funniest for the bit. I am trans mask. I genuinely don't care about what you call me, though. Should we be able to, should we be able to, can you guys not hear it? Or is it just that quiet? Hello? I don't want it super loud because I don't want it to, like, absolutely swamp the mic. Yep. Here, I'll turn it up. I'll turn it up. As long as it's not, like, drowning me out, sure. Oh. Well, what's a debut stream without scuff, you know? There we go. Yeah. Hopefully that's good. Yay. But, yeah. What's a debut stream without scuff? What is VTubing in general without scuff? So, yeah. I don't care about pronouns. I'm trans mass, but I'm gender fluid, so whatever. I'm disabled. I have a lot of issues going on with my health. Another reason why I started streaming, because it's another way that I can create where I don't have to worry too much about how my health is doing, because I can literally just kind of sit here. Stop, you guys are so nice. Stop it. Yeah. I don't, even if I'm having a really bad health day, I can still probably stream unless it's like bad. The main thing I'm comfortable sharing is that I have extremely severe fibromyalgia. Sometimes I've dropped cups that I am actively drinking from because fibromyalgia has led to my limbs not wanting to work properly. I'm a sadly raid and run, but I hope you have an awesome rest of your stream, and I'm so happy I could raid you. Thank you! Take care of yourself, Nerd Knight. You know, raiding and running is perfectly fine, always. So yeah, I love puns, I love being corny. That's another thing about me. I love just saying shit. Obviously, I mentioned earlier, I am Catholic. I am what I describe as a progressive Catholic, so even though I follow Catholicism and the, you know, the Word of God, quote unquote, I prefer to keep in mind that blind faith can be a little dangerous, especially to people in my similar communities. So I want to be critical about the stuff about that, and for those, I want to help give a space for others that are like me, that are queer, trans, other minorities that felt comfort in the church but were ostracized for being who they are. And I want to remind you all that, like, you are perfect as you are, as a trans person, as a queer individual. That is nothing bad, and you are fully welcome in my space. And I am more than happy to challenge a lot of these ideas that the church has. And like socially we have tying religion to anti-queerness and all that. It really sucks that we've come to a place where that's the norm, when it should be a thing of community and support. Yet we've ostracized our like trans and queer brothers and sisters and non-binaries. It really sucks. See, anything else that I can cover really quick? Obviously, I love video games. I love art. I have I have a comic. Hi viewer, nice to see you. I have a comic about these U.S. evangelicalism, I think, is probably the biggest culprit. But that's for a whole other discussion. As well as like the politics with U.S. evangelicalism. But that's for another day. That's for another day, not today. But yeah, I have a comic that I want to be working on stream of it's a transgender romance with bird people, and I like calling it my trans bird yaoi. It's a lot more than a romance. It's very much like a cathartic speaking about my experiences as a trans person in the form of art kind of thing. But I'm really excited to work on that on stream with people and show people what story has been cooking in the background. Anything else? Oh, I want to learn new things on stream. That's another thing I want to do. I really have an interest in learning more coding languages. My knowledge of coding is very basic. I could build a shitty website that runs. I don't think I could do much else. But I want to learn more. I would love to do like coding streams, and maybe make a scuffed game as like a stretch goal. But we'll see how that goes. That is definitely something that I am interested in. I have a lot of things that I'm interested in. As well, like I want to do a lot of like community stuff. I want to interact with you guys a lot. I want to eventually get to the point where, like, after every stream, we hop into the Discord like VC and like maybe watch something. I think that would be really, really fun. To the lore about me is that I was born a demon, obviously, in hell, and then I fell into a portal and appeared in space in front of a space station. The space station, Tyrannix, is where we are now. This is the engine core. Well, not the engine core, but the power core. That crystal in the back is exactly what powers the entire place. And I'm here to make sure that thing keeps spinning. I ended up inhabiting the empty shell of a robotic body, and that's how I am now. It was a lot more suited to the environment, to my old gloopy blood and lava body. So and it's cuter, so I think we had a win there. I fixed up the station, and now here we are. Now we're streaming from it. Man, I think that's everything. I think that's everything that I really wanted to cover for you guys to know. Oh, I almost forgot the people in my head. I have a condition called OSDD. I'm telling you this, I'm pretty private about it, but I'm telling you this because it could happen on stream. If you know anything about, like, dissociative identity disorder, it's a similar condition to that. I've got multiple personalities. They come through. I'm not going to acknowledge it, and neither should you. And we... like, well, fun if you do, but I'm not gonna put any names to anyone. Just know that if I start acting a little weird, if I start talking a little different, because there are some that talk in different ways than I do, just know that's normal. That's normal, and we're all right, and I'm fine. Unless I'm starting to look real, like, in which probably encourage me to end stream, but, like, you know, you get it. For any streamer that, like, has, like, health issues, be it physical or mental, you know, I'll look out for them if needed, but don't worry if it's not something glaring, you know? Like, I know what I'm doing. I've had this for many years. You know, I can take care of myself. But yeah, now that's actually everything. Everything you need to know about me, for the most part. I'm glad y'all are here. I'm so excited. Beyond this, I don't actually know what I'm doing this stream. I could not settle on something to do beyond just yapping. Obviously I wanted to play a game after, because it's always nice to play a game after, but genuinely, I could not decide. If anything, I'm probably going to boot up my Minecraft Forever world. For those who have been here before, it's the world that I beat the Ender Dragon on. I still have it. And I've been building a massive fucking castle on it. At one point I was, like, fixing up the village outside the like, little suburban house. Yeah, yap streams are nice. At one point I was, like, fixing up the village outside the suburban house, but I decided I didn't want to do that anymore. So then I moved 4,000 blocks away, got on top of a mountain, and now I have a massive fucking castle that I'm working on. And that's been pretty great, except for the fact that I'm playing on Bedrock, and mending on Bedrock is really fucking weird and bad. And I have a Silk Touch netherite pickaxe, which makes the only way for me to heal that pickaxe is by picking up EXP while I am actively holding it in my hand. Unlike on Java, where anything mending on you just randomly will get EXP. So long as it's on you or in your hotbar. Yeah, doesn't work like that on Bedrock. And with Silk Touch, I can't just, like, mine quartz. I have to mine the quartz, or like coal or diamonds or whatever with something else, and then switch to my netherite pickaxe while I'm picking up the EXP. It's a nightmare, especially when I'm needing to heal it up every, like, hour or so from how much stone I'm mining. I straight up built a passive EXP farm with, like, cactus and bamboo and whatever. It's not working properly. Things are not being divided up properly enough, and even when I collect the shit from it, from the small areas that it is properly working, it's not healing. It's not healing my pickaxe. I'm going a little insane about it. I might just have to bite the bullet and just make a new god pickaxe, which hurts my soul. Just absolutely, like, yeah, it absolutely hurts my soul just thinking about it. Oh, I don't want to. Oh man, I would play on Java, but Java doesn't have native controller support, fun fact, which for me and my mobility issues is really bad. And I've used mods to get controller support, I've used external programs to get controller support, and none of it feels as good as just booting up Bedrock. I'm like, I want to feel good when I'm playing Minecraft. It's my I am so oog, I just want turn brain off game. My Minecraft Bedrock, fix your mending, please. You fixed the issue with the skeletons shooting too fast after years and years and years of having it. You guys fixed that issue. Now please fix mending, please. Nightmare bullshit, honestly. How have all you been doing? Yeah, Bedrock has so many issues, but it feels so very comfortable. I miss how stable it felt back when it was 4J console edition. For a long time after Bedrock came out, I refused to play it and just continued playing Legacy Edition because Legacy Edition just felt better. But then eventually they added so much shit to modern Bedrock that I'm like, okay, fine. I'll switch over. But how are you guys doing? What have you all been doing? For those of you in the US, how was your 4th of July? Otherwise, just like, how was your weekend? I've been having a weird one. I think, like, back on Minecraft for me, I think genuinely the other day, I lost a full 12 hours to Minecraft. I genuinely don't fucking remember anything that happened besides I played Minecraft. Oh man. I wonder if I had to have eaten for sure. I can't remember though. Though at the same time, I've also been really switchy the past couple days, so like, especially while playing a mindless game like Minecraft, it's prime for people just switching in and out, and that I don't have a lot of amnesia with switching, but it still fucks with my memory for sure. Like, I know people that have like full-on DID, and like they have no fucking clue what happens at all when other people switch in, and I'm thankful that I'm not like that, and that I can look out for those friends of mine that like I'm close to, and like help, like tell them what happened when other people were in. You know, I try to keep track of that. Like, some people like close to me, I actually take notes about their system. I helped my mother with her new-ish baby ducks on the weekend. My payment was 24 eggs from her chickens. That is so lovely. Ugh, baby ducks. Ugh. My neighbors always had chickens. Both my neighbors to our right and behind us have always had chickens and like poultry and all that, which is fun because we get eggs from we all share eggs with each other. The neighbors behind us actually also have meat rabbits, which is interesting. I've never tried rabbit meat, but I imagine it's okay. But yeah, they've got meat rabbits, they've got chickens. Neighbors to our right just mostly just have chickens. They had ducks at one point, but that was a long time ago. Man, that reminds me. I hope one of these years I can make like a little garden, but setting up garden beds is a lot of money up front. But I would love to set up a nice little garden so I can get some, at least some herbs, you know, fresh herbs, maybe some peppers, stuff like that. Stuff that I don't really have to worry too much about. I do have my rose bush. I have like a 50-year-old rose bush outside my door, like outside my porch, and that is it had like so many fucking aphids on it not that long ago. I had to go out and like literally do an aphid treatment because the stems were just covered in red bumps from the aphids just all over that shit. It was insane. It was insane how many aphids were on that thing. But thankfully, I was able to get rid of most of the aphids, and I trimmed it back a little bit, and now it's thriving again. It's actually, it really needed that trim for sure. That rose is now like branching out so much more. It's growing so much now. Oh man, I really like to take care of that thing because we used to have like, I want to say like 40 rose bushes, like individual bushes on our property at one point. And then my grandmother, after her husband passed away, eventually, because like her husband was the one who mostly took care of the plants, all the landscaping was his doing. So, and she took care of it for a while after he passed away, but eventually she decided, like, it's too much work for me, and she had a majority of the rose bushes pulled up except for, I want to say, like, 3 or 4. And, but, like, most of those have died off since, because she just didn't take care of them. Nobody else did. But the one right by our porch, my porch, I say our because me and my grandmother used to share a room, but like she's passed away since, so it's all mine now. But outside our porch we have like a really big rose bush, and like I said, it's been there for 50 years at this point, and it no matter what happens, it keeps bouncing back stronger than ever. So I'm always very glad to take care of it, and you know, it looks nice. It has some really pretty, like a nice like violet red with bloom. Absolutely beautiful. And very, very long stems that love to creep up the side of the porch. The only thing is, like, I just have to be careful with making sure that the stems aren't like leaning into the porch itself, because sometimes I'll take my cats out like on their like leash and harness, and you know, I don't want them being like, ooh, plant, sniff, 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 and then fucking scratch up their face with the thorns. I know at least one of them is stupid enough to do that. I have one right here, Torty. She's my old lady cat. She don't really do too much. She's not a very playful cat. She really is just the eat, sleep, curl up next to you kind of cat. But she's right next to me right now, and the other one, the menace, he's currently hiding in the closet. What happened? Where did I go? Oh, there's the menace. Okay, now I'm back. What the fuck was that? Hello? Yeah, I speak of the devil and he shall come ass cat coming out of the closet right as I talk about him. My goodness. Let's see. I'm trying to think. It's like I'll be real, my day-to-day life is not all that interesting. I don't have much to talk about. I play game, I work on art. That it? That's about it? So I'm trying to think of what to do. You guys can see me all right, correct? Sorry, I'm like getting paranoid now. Yeah, okay. Because like that was really weird. Suppose. Yeah, I suppose I could just play some Minecraft. I could also play some Bellatra, maybe. No, let's play it safe. Let's play it safe. I think I'm gonna boot up Minecraft. And show you guys what I've been working on. Yep. Sorry, it's just my VTuber avatar just like randomly vanishing, just like got to me. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to move shit around. Give me one hot second. Put you right there. Cool, and minimize you. Because I have to change. My second monitor is straight up just a TV, and that's where I have my PlayStation connected to. Okay, Fubar, I love you. What? Yeah, it can stay. It can. Well, no, I have the. I mean, I can turn it out. Yeah, it can stay. It can stay. It's me. Hello? Why is it not showing? Oh, that's why. I did also add mods to the Forever World. Because I figured I might as well, now that I've beaten the Ender Dragon. That's fine. Okay. My torty, my torty. Oh, I don't think I actually have Fubar on this scene. Fubar, come back. There we go. Fubar, welcome back, Fubar. Loading in a modded Bedrock world fucking takes forever. So yeah, this is what I've been working on the past couple days. If you like Castlevania, you might notice a little bit of a resemblance with specifically this part right here. Yes, that was fully intentional. Oh my god, you can see my pickaxe is all fucked. So yeah, this is what I've been working on in this world. Have some cool shit going on. Have the throne room here. Lovely little entrance. This is gonna be like a little kitchen area with stairs that go down into the underground segments of it. A big spiral staircase here that leads up to the second floor. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the second floor quite yet. Probably just gonna be mostly decor and like little mini builds with like storage and shit. Third floor, I gotta find a place to put a staircase here, and then this one's like for sure like all about just like looking out onto the view. Gonna be a balcony. There's this little segment over here. There's gonna be like windows and shit, and then this is going to connect over to the clock tower and the arcane library. But I have to build the tower first. Before I can connect it to it. And I want to do some redstone with it so that whenever like the sun rises we get a couple gongs. And then if we keep going up, I need to, these rooms at the top I need to make taller. Because I'm not satisfied with their silhouette from the I'm not satisfied with their silhouette from the ground quite yet. Can we one moment? Stream information. Done. There we go. So I'm not satisfied with their silhouette from the ground, so I'm gonna make these rooms taller. And there's the exposed staircase. It perfectly intersects with cloud level, so from down there, if a cloud's passing through, you can't see up here, and same way with here. If a cloud's intersecting the staircase, you cannot see the bottom. But yeah, this is just my room. Once again, I'm gonna make this taller. Yeah. I don't have a name for this bird yet, but we'll figure it out. By the way... But by the way, what? Rahi? Yeah, I did say that, didn't I? You can now claim my spark for the rest of eternity. My soul is yours. Because you did in fact implement that. Yeah, congratulations, you have the title of having my spark. And Gooby's still here, and I have 3 little allays that I found, because there's a bunch of there's like 2 pillager outposts and like 3 villages off that way. But I need names for the allays too. Got a bunch of flowers like sitting around ready to be duplicated. Got my auto smeltery system, and then we have the quarry over there. You can see the little bit of the EXP farm over there, but you can see where it was and where we are now. And oh no, I did gather stone. Thank fuck. I don't want to have to do more mining. That is like the worst part of it so far, is just the amount of mining that I've needed to do to get all the stone. But at the very least, at the same time, I'm getting a quarry to add to the world for world building, and I think that's nice. This is one of those things, like, I'm not too pressed about showing everything I do on this world on stream, because at the end of the day, this is one of those living art pieces that's more for my eyes than anyone else, but I like to share it anyway, just because I am proud of what I'm doing. I need to put another lantern here. Oh yeah, viewer, if you're still here, oh my god, Hollow Knight is a beautiful game. Thank you for getting it for me. Hmm. So, like, this is the world that I beat the Ender Dragon on for the very first time on stream. I did it on stream. And it was very loud because for some reason the Bedrock Ender Dragon is like just crazy loud for no reason. So there's a lot of sentimental value to Sadland. Yeah, I beat it. I beat it most of the way. I only have the 2 Godhome endings left to do, which, like I was saying before with the fact that I needed to buy a new controller after playing Hollow Knight, I'm sure you can imagine how that's going. I'm not ready for the Flower Godhome ending. Even though, like, I know that that is technically, like, the most canon asterisk. Yeah. I just won't feel satisfied until I get all of the endings for Hollow Knight. Like, it feels wrong to leave such a beautiful game so incomplete. But I'm getting trouble. Like, I'm having trouble getting through even just the first Pantheon. Cause like I can get to the Nail Masters consistently, but beating both the Nail Masters is the problem. The brothers. I could beat one of them, and then I died trying to beat the second one. Oh my god. They're so rough, but at the same time, playing through the Godhome section is only making me more excited to eventually play Silksong. Especially because I know Silksong has so many more Symphony of the Night inspirations, and I keep joking that my beloved husband got reincarnated as a woman bug. Good for him. Good for him. With how similar Hornet is to Alucard in a lot of ways, including animations. Oh man, I got really emotional, going through, like just reading more about, Hornet specifically, as well as the sealed vessel, the Hollow Knight. I got really fucking emotional, especially about the Hollow Knight. That man, beautiful ass game. I fucking love those bugs. This is a bit too exciting of a song for what I'm doing. Can we get something else, please? That's still not... I mean, sure. That's another game that I need to play. I really need to play Lament of Innocence on stream. Would love to stream it from my PS2. I think that would be so fucking sick if I could outright stream it from my PS2. I don't think that's gonna happen though. But I need to set up some emulation stuff so I can play some PS1 and PS2 games, because that'd be fucking hype. Oh shit, I have my Ko-Fi goal and my horse were hidden away. Yes, the horse is still here. He's an essential part of the overlay. I can't believe I've been streaming this long without the horse. If you're new here and you don't know about the horse and you're wondering why there's a horse, the answer is horse. Did I pass where I need to go? Yes, I did. No, but like, for real, it's literally just like a past stream reference, but it's still funny to me, so it's going to stay on the overlay. course, of course. There's also a redeem to add another horse, by the way. That's what the horse redeem is for. It's to add another horse to the overlay. Does it stack? Yes. I think it would be a thing where, like, I would clear them off after the end of stream, but obviously, you know, if you redeem horse again. Okay, so it's just this one. The Lament of Innocence music is so fucking good. Only 9,000 more to go. Yeah, it is a little expensive because I wanted to discourage covering the entire screen in horses. Yes, Leon's theme is such a beautiful fucking track. I recently started role playing again, and I have friends that do like a multi-fandom RP server, for friends only. So whatever. But in that RP server, I play Alucard, Carmilla, and Sarah Trantoul, because I think she is an underutilized character within Castlevania writing and shit. The implications that she is still in that whip to this day, possibly conscious. I'm just saying, there's a lot there that you can write with, and I love writing her. She genuinely, I did not expect to have as much fun with writing her as I did, but oh my god, she's so fun to write. Because just looking at the games and what story we have, there's a lot that you can interpret there. And I typically interpret her as a little mean, just a little mean, where it's a situation where after everything that happened to her, obviously everything was done with positive intent, right? She wanted to help her husband to destroy the same monsters that took her autonomy from her, and to help protect others from ever having to face the same fate. But then there's the whole thing with after Richter fell to darkness with Shaft, suddenly the Belmonts aren't seen again, and they don't, like, the whip is now in the hands of the Morris clan. And supposedly the vampire killer has, like, lost its power, and it literally takes one of the Morris clan to fight the ghost, essentially, of Richter to reawaken it. It's a very strange incident within the timeline that doesn't get elaborated upon very much. Most people have interpreted it as because of Richter essentially betraying the whole promise of the Belmont clan that the whip has revoked its power to the Belmonts, which I love that interpretation, because if you had died to allow, oh my god, I had stairs the entire fucking time. Anyway, if you had died for the sole purpose of your body being fused into an alchemical weapon to destroy evil, and then one of your descendants falls to evil, you would be a little mad too. But at the same time, if she is in that whip, conscious, and evidently draining the life force of anyone who wields it, Belmont included, though it happens slower, but Richter's soul being in the whip kind of shows that, as well as the one fucking, like, I forget the name of it. It came out in Portrait of Ruin, but it's like the legendary 5 Belmonts or whatever. That little, like, dual crush thingy. But yeah, like, being in the whip and having that going on, like, I think it might make you a little stir crazy, and your decision making might be a little extreme. Just a little extreme. So that's how I've interpreted Sarah, and the thing with that, like, RP server is that there's also a bunch of other characters in that server that could be considered monsters and evil, at least in her view of the world. So that leads to quite a lot of conflict and her needing to reconcile with the idea that okay, maybe not every single dark being is bad. Pointing at Alucard. Maybe not every single dark being is bad. I do need walls. I need my andesite walls. So yeah, that's been really fun to do. I'm excited to play her more. But it does make me really miss Dungeons and Dragons. That's another thing I want to do on stream. I want to set up a D&D game and play that on stream. I have so many ideas. I've always been like the forever DM, and I don't mind that. I just want to tell a great story with my friends and see how they react to it. One of these days I'm gonna whip D&D back out, and it's going to be a lovely time. Okay. We'll just pretend that isn't there. The question is, where do I put this? I mean, you know what? I think instead of a staircase, I think I'll just have this bridge over here, make it a little bit more maze-like. I'm thinking. Where is it? Okay. There we go. Sorry, I suddenly got, like, really quiet. I'm braining. Ah! Thank God I'm in peaceful, man. It's time to walk all the way back up there. Did you watch the last trailer for the new CV coming out? If there's a new one, no. Otherwise, yes. I'm so fucking excited, and the worst part about it is my PC is not going to be able to run it. That's why I started this little Ko-Fi goal right here. Fun fact. My PC is not going to be able to run it. And, like, considering how it could barely run Hollow Knight while streaming, yeah, I it was really struggling just booting up stream this time. So yeah, I think it was very warranted to be like, okay, I think it's time for an upgrade. Cause fun fact, this is a refurbished like office PC. I did not initially get this for streaming. I initially got this for art, because I was doing more complicated art things, and I wanted something that could at least handle that a little better. So this thing was a very, 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 very cheap PC that I got secondhand refurbished. Like straight out of a fucking like closed down office. It was not great. I am genuinely shocked it's been able to do what it's done. Beyond that though, just yeah, it's absolutely time to upgrade a little bit. This is like the perfect song to be playing right now. I think I'm gonna have this loop for a bit. There we go. Dance of Pales, my beloved. You've probably seen it then. I don't want to spoil anything. You were avoiding it. I'm very interested to see they brought back. Yeah, I hope you know, the second I saw Isaac, I literally went, what the fuck are you doing here? Go back in your hole! You're supposed to be dead! I need to play Curse of Darkness on stream for sure, for sure. Once again, I really would want to stream it from my PS2, because I also have Curse of Darkness, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But yeah, you're supposed to be dead, old man. What are you doing here? I love the design that they gave him too, though, where it's got like the weird like bloodstain style like corruption on his body. Oh, I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped. The design for Joan of Arc is also really good. I'm really vibing with it. Yes, Torty? Oh my goodness. She patted my leg, begging me to pet her. She is a very cool addition. My Torty, my goodness. I wonder what made Dracula decide to move his castle to France. Like that, we have multiple Castlevania games now where like his castle is in the French countryside. I really wonder what made the castle move to France. Is it just because the Belmonts were there? Like, why did it appear in Japan that one time before the eclipse? Why did that happen? Or was it Japan? I need to relook up the locations of the 3 eclipses that happened. Maybe it was summoned to France. You know what? Because yeah, I do remember, like, at least in like Rondo, they show Dracula being summoned. Though funnily enough, they're speaking in German in that, even though it's supposed to take place in France. But that doesn't account for Harmony of Dissonance. No. I'm talking before, where when it got sealed away. There were 3 eclipses. The one that sealed it away the one that Soma was born under, the 2017 one, and then when the eclipse appears, which is going to be my birthday, by the way. That's gonna be a fun stream. the Aria of Sorrow birthday stream. Yep. So, like, I don't remember exactly where that first eclipse was. But, yeah, something I would need to look up again. I had all this shit memorized at some point because I am strange and off-putting and cannot control myself when it comes to absorbing any and all Castlevania information possible, even the shit that doesn't matter. Summoning Dracula on my birthday? Yeah! Yeah! The eclipse that happens in Aria of Sorrow happens September 2nd, 2035. And my birthday is September 2nd. Cause they use real eclipse dates. Soma was born under the 2017 eclipse that happened in the United States. Over the United States. And then the war of 1999 happened with the 99 eclipse. Corresponding to the 99 eclipse, I believe. I made the whole timeline just for it. It's so fun talking about the Castlevania timeline. I can't believe I'm already out of fucking bricks, bro. I'm already out of bricks. I already have to go mining again. Kill me. No, wait! I had some stone left. Oh, hallelujah. Yeah, Castlevania, my absolute beloved. I cannot wait till one day get more Castlevania merch for the Castlevania wall. I know! When I heard new Castlevania coming out, I got so excited for War of 1999. And then we get another beginning of the era game. Like, not to hate, I love Castlevania. It's been 12 years since we've gotten a proper mainline game. I'm not gonna complain. I love Castlevania. We have too many games at this period in the timeline. We have Castlevania 3. We have Curse of Darkness. We have, oh, what was it? We have the Netflix series that takes place at this point in time. And then we also have this newest game, which is right alongside him, because Trevor Seifert's still alive. So it's like that's like 4 medias that take place around this point in time. The only other period of time that I can think of that we have anything similar with is Simon's time period. And that, you know, we have a bunch of games specifically around the few years that Simon was around. With ads starting, I think I'm gonna take a quick break. I will be right back. So just relax, don't panic. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, like, I mean, Smash Bros. Ultimate had like a little bit of everything. You know, a little bit of Soten, a little bit of Rondo, a little bit of, like Simon's era. But like, Simon, I understand. He's the first Belmont we ever got introduced to. You know, he was the face of Castlevania for the longest time ever. It makes sense to put Simon in absolutely fucking everything. Maybe it's because I just hate the Castlevania Netflix series as a whole. Like, beautiful animation, that's about it. Beautiful animation artwork, you know, the artistry behind it, incredible. I love that. The writing? Get out of here. Get out of here. Past the first 2 seasons of the original Netflix series, you lost me. You lost me. As someone who is unfathomably autistic about Castlevania, you lost me. You've lost me. I should be the person that is eating up your Castlevania slop the most. When you lose me of all people, it's just, you know, and especially with the way during the show's original airing, people behind the show on Twitter were acting petty and vindictive towards fans of the show having rightful criticisms. And then later on, they put the 2 characters, the 2 canonical characters that fans loved the most, and were romanticizing the most, into sexual assault situations. I can't help but feel like it was a choice done vindictively to make a particular section of the fan base extremely uncomfortable. It did not have to be shown. You could have hurt these characters in completely different ways that would have still been, like, perfectly in line with the story that you've been telling and the vibe of the show. You did not have to put them into a dual back-to-back essay simulator. I just, you know, it feels yucky, and especially learning later on the trio of people behind the Castlevania Netflix series, as well as the Devil May Cry Netflix series, and how they themselves are kind of vindictive sex pests. You know, like, I'll still keep my Castlevania Netflix action figures in their boxes on the Castlevania wall because they were gifts to me from my father. But if they were not gifts to me from my father, I don't think I would do anything with it. I mean, a lot of adult shows feel like essay is somewhat necessary to make it a mature story. Game of Thrones started at IMO. It's just unimaginative. The thing is, the Castlevania show had already 2 seasons under its belt of extremely adult themes, and like, because like the Castlevania games themselves are not very graphic. There are graphic and dark themes, but aside from some like pixel gore, the worst I can think of is like Jargoth from Dawn of Sorrow and Beelzebub in Symphony of the Night. Aside from that, it's not very graphic. It's very show don't tell with the storytelling. And the animated series, I wouldn't some people might say it goes overboard with like the gore and the violence. I mean, personally, the way it was written, I think it was fine. At least in the first 2 seasons, it was fine. You know, some of it was a little intense, but at the same time, they are extrapolating off of the more subtle ways that the games communicated these things, because the games still have blood and gore and all that, but it's a pixel style. When you put it into like a full like 2D animated thing, it's gonna be more graphic. It was fine, and they were doing really good with telling a gritty, dark adult story without pushing it too far to where it just got uncomfortable, for the most part. There are some like violent scenes in the first 2 seasons that I'm like, we didn't need that. I can think of like Trevor in the alleyway, I think that was a bit unnecessary. But like, they did good with establishing the characters, who they are, their personalities, the setting that we're in, and yeah, I see a lot of adult animation, they tend to push hard on the crass and repulsive stuff, say this really wasn't made for kids, I swear. You get the idea that this isn't made for kids within the first couple minutes of the show, because because of how it is depicted. Like, it's the first couple minutes of the show aren't all that dark, but Lisa's being executed, but the fire obscures the true horror of it, and it's mostly just her talking, before that as well, you got mostly just like conversation between her and Dracula, and exposition, and even then, just the setting itself, it being dark, it's night, you're hearing them talk about more complicated concepts. You already get, like, it's already setting up the vibe. This is not a show for children. And then with her execution, which is incorrect to the lore, by the way. She was speared, not burned, but oh well. I know, it's really weird the way people do that with adult animation. I don't like it. But yeah, the series, the first 2 seasons went pretty well, but I just cannot shake the feeling that the people behind it, those trio, that one of them in particular has openly spoken about wanting to make like a crossover universe thing, and saying like, oh yeah, like the Devil May Cry and Castlevania Netflix series, they're in my multiverse or whatever. I get the feeling that because so much attention was given to the canonical characters and not so much to the original characters that were introduced, and especially to the pretty boys, quote unquote, with Alucard and Hector, that somebody got pissed off and they just decided to hurt them in a way that was the most repulsive way that they could think of, which, considering all the sex pest allegations behind those 3, I can only imagine that they found satisfaction in doing that in that particular way. That's where I stopped watching the first series. The second series, I watched a little bit of it, but I think the writing just got downgraded. It didn't really capture me. I don't have much to say about Nocturne other than the fact that same people, that I thumbs down, and like the writing was just kind of meh. I do like that they upgraded Alucard's look to look more ethereal. I like that art decision, but that was an art decision, and I've already explained like a lot of the art behind it. I'm fully down for it. It's beautiful. But yeah, the fact that I think it's the fact that the characters were also essayed by characters that were introduced in that show as well, Lenore and the twins, right? And the thing is, like, you could have just taken from, like, if you, specifically with Alucard, if you wanted to give an example of him breaking his promise to his mother and hurting humans, we have that. Castlevania Nocturne, the radio drama, Nocturne of Recollection, that radio drama establishes that Alucard had a period of time where he fell into bloodlust and was hurting humans. And, like, that was just a thing that happened. And, yeah. It's I believe it's sort of implied that after he turned Lyudmil into a vampire in that the taste of blood is just so addictive that it took him a while to stop. But he has stopped. Yeah, the twins were very pointless characters too. That they had their only purpose in the plot was to make Alucard feel safe, have sex with him, and then kill him while he was vulnerable in that sex. That is it. And then be like, oh, he broke his promise to his mother, rah. He's just like his father, rah. When we already had that, they could have just included Lyudmil and the Nocturne of Recollection stuff. With him gaining someone who weighs on him hand and foot. Oh, look, you could even do rainbow capitalism here, because there's implications in that radio drama that Lyudmil and Alucard were gay. Or at least had feelings for each other beyond just a mutual, like, friendship. You know? For those who don't know the radio drama, because it is a little obscure, it was only released in Japan. There's a dub of it on YouTube, or not a dub, a sub of it on YouTube. It takes place between Lisa being murdered and then Dracula going to war against humanity when Alucard is about 22. As well as a year after Symphony of the Night. It flips back and forth. And in that, we get introduced to Lyudmil, who is a man who has like a very pale, almost albino complexion, and was ostracized from the village. He ran away from his village because people were persecuting him as a demon. And Lisa, at one point, had helped. It was either him or a member of his family, and so he sought out the Tepesh family. So when he heard like Lisa died, you know, but he finds Alucard in the garden and is like, hey, your mother helped me. I'm being persecuted as a demon. Can you help me, and I in return repay your family and your mother by being your servant? And Alucard's just kind of very blasé about it, just like, whatever, I don't give a shit. But then they grow closer. And then eventually Alucard is manipulated by an incubus into turning a dying Lyudmil into a vampire. Which we then face later on. Lyudmil dies, but is like freed from his servitude under that same incubus, etc. Very, very basic, but it's a good storyline, I think, you know. Whatever. You could have just put that in the anime. You could have just added that. If you wanted Alucard being like breaking his promise to his mother and having that internal conflict, you could have added that to the anime, had rainbow capitalism with it, with like because like people were already like, oh my god, Alucard is bisexual with the twins anyway. Like you could have just done that with Lyudmil. And then you would have also had a large segment of the fandom that, or not a large segment, but like a segment of the fandom that's like, oh my god, they actually know about the radio drama? Holy shit! And like give love to a lesser known character. But no. No, we had the twins in that do basically nothing. Oh. At least Lyudmil in the radio drama made Alucard question his morality, and make a choice between keeping someone that he loves around versus honoring his mother's promise. And it should also be known, Lyudmil didn't want to be bitten. He told Alucard no, and Alucard did it anyway. And that, I think, is a much better, like, thing that you could do if you want to go down the essay route, because that is at least more allegorical. You know, it adds so much more interest to the character. There's so much more meat there. The more I talk about the Castlevania Netflix series, the more I am just, yeah, more pathos with that decision. I'm just thoroughly disappointed with the direction that it went. And it... this is why I stick to the games only, pretty much. And, like, the pre-Netflix series side content. I went on such a long tangent about that shit that the game went CP. Can't do allegory and subtext in Netflix these days. People have to be able to scroll their phones while watching. It's so fucking stupid. I wouldn't even say that the Netflix series was one of those shows that you could scroll on your phone anyway. So much was happening on screen that wasn't, like, explicitly told to you. Like, I don't think you could successfully scroll on your phone either. Which is really funny to think about. But, miss. I don't know. My main gripe with the Netflix series is mostly just the decisions made that seem almost vindictive towards longtime fans of the series. And as someone who was quite literally born into this fandom, I can't say I approve of stuff like that. That reminds me, I need to grab my my Castlevania 64 poster and put it on the Castlevania wall. Currently on the Castlevania wall, I've got the old, when Symphony of the Night first came out, I believe is what it was. What's the squeaking? Oh, I have a bird. I have a bird. Sorry. I can't put them anywhere else, unfortunately. So it just is. He's gonna chirp sometimes. Yeah, that's Dandelion. Ugh. It used to be Dandelion and Daisy, but unfortunately Daisy passed away somewhat recently, and Dandelion is not the most friendly to other birds, besides his mate. So I've been hesitant to get him a new friend. And in that place, I've been just trying to give him as much attention as possible. But unfortunately, I can only keep him in my room. So eventually, when I get a new chair, I'll be able to move back to my little, like, office corner, and his chirps won't nearly be as bad. But for now, I am, like, stuck streaming from my bed, and he's right next to my bed. But yeah, on the Castlevania wall, I think it was around the time that Symphony of the Night first came out, they had, like, a trio of... Does he wake you up? No, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. He doesn't really chirp until I turn my lights on. Like, even if the sun's up, he'll wait till the lights are on before he starts chirping. But around the time Symphony of the Night came out, there were these 3 like action figures of Dracula, Simon, and Alucard. I don't have the Alucard one, unfortunately, but our car likes waking us up at 6 a.m. Yeah, my cats, I like that too. Specifically, Mr. Boy, Mr. Snuggles. He loves to scream and run around when it's food time. The menace. Yeah, I don't have the Alucard figure, but I do have the Dracula and Simon figures, and those are on the wall. I have the main trio from the Netflix series, their action figures are on the wall. I have a metal Symphony of the Night poster. I have a Rondo of Blood poster. I have the Castlevania Judgment mini, like, card poster thingy that came with the game, because yes, I did own that shit on Wii. I play it through emulator now, but yes, I own that shit on the Wii, and god, it was a good game. Underrated as shit. Is it a good fighter? Depends on your definition of what makes a fighter good. I have a lot of fun with it, so I think it's good. Mechanically, it's dog shit, but still. And then I have some fan art, like a fan art print of Alucard with paintings of his parents in the back, that a friend got me for Christmas. Or, not Christmas, one of my birthdays. That's what it was. And then I have a sticker board with a Belmont Crest sticker on it, as well as a screenshot of Symphony of the Night with a Dracula going, "What is a man?" Oh, excuse me. And that's the Castlevania wall so far, but I want more, obviously. And eventually, I think I'm gonna draw and, like, paint some stuff on the wall behind it, because I think that would be neat. I think about, Ayami Kojima's, mixed media techniques, and specifically the way she adds texture to the back of her paintings, and I think about maybe getting some plaster, and using that to add texture to the wall in a similar manner, around the Castlevania wall. Hi, Len. How you doing, Len? Welcome in, welcome in. But, yeah, I think about, like, adding texture on the edges of the Castlevania wall. Oh, you're feeling off? Oh god, you two know each other? Lovely reunions in chat today. Len, you gotta press the on switch. Yeah, Len, you gotta press the on switch. Len, have you taken your meds today? Yeah, I hope you've taken your meds. Oh my god, I'm like full. Go take your meds! I would take my meds, but I don't have any right now. Spooky has everyone trained now, I swear! Yeah, I'd take my meds, but I don't actually have any right now, because, stuff is happening behind the scenes, and I'm very pissed off about it. And it's very annoying. So I'm running without my fibromyalgia medication. I haven't had it for like a week now. And like, I'll tell you this, it's not the fault of the, it's the fault of the pharmacy. Yep. It was really, really bad when I was in the withdrawals, but I've literally not had it so long that I'm not in the withdrawals anymore. So at the very least, my flares have not been too bad after the withdrawals, but yeah, really not great. I like to have my antidepressant that keeps me from being in pain. I'll tell you this, it's not a money issue either. Because I get mine free. That's neither here nor there. No, it is a money issue. My testosterone. I started off only paying $20 for a month of testosterone, right? And I would get prescribed for 3 months. I have not been on testosterone for nearly a year now because it is now like $45 for me to get my tea. Even if I were to switch to needles, which I was planning to do when it started, because I wasn't absorbing the gel very well. When I decided I wanted to switch to needles, it was still way too expensive for my family to be able to afford comfortably. Oh, take care of yourself, Pierre. I love you. You're very loved. Love having you here. I get so angry about hormones when it comes to pharma. It's so hard for trans folk to get their juice, but they hand that shit out like candy to anyone who's transitioning. I know. And my dad has prostate cancer. The go-to thing now is put the patient on E. Wow. Man. And like, with that too, like, I have the lowest price possible. Like, lower price than even shit like GoodRx, right? Because I am so poor that I qualify for sliding scale prices. I have the lowest price physically possible for my testosterone, and it is still unaffordable for me. It is still unaffordable. So yeah, I haven't been on testosterone for nearly a full year now. I want to say, like, the last time I was streaming consistently, I'd been off of tea for about a week. And I haven't had tea since. Yeah. Thankfully, the changes that have happened on tea that were most noticeable have stayed. I was worried that my facial hair wouldn't grow back. Because I do like to shave it occasionally because it's only on my neck and that looks ugly. But it is thankfully coming back. Because I do naturally have higher testosterone than normal. I had PCOS. So I'm glad it is coming back, and obviously, like, the permanent physical changes are still there. But beyond all that, like, I just want my boy goo. I want my voice to be able to deepen properly. Like, I need to work on better holding my voice at a lower vocal range, because I want it to get nice and deep, but... or at least a little deeper. I think that'd be nice. I also need to work on my voice training. Yeah, I just need to keep remembering, like, hey, bring your voice down. Bring your voice down. It's so simple as to just remind myself to bring my voice down, and it makes such a difference, but I just forget to. And then what happens with me with OSDD, where I have an alter who openly talks like this in this upper range and has like a bit of the ooh voice, you know? I have an alter that likes to talk in the upper ranges. So I'm like, what do I do with that? Because she's not a rare one either. She comes through all the fucking time. She's the one who made my Minecraft skin this, because she liked it better. I love to imagine a future where brain transplants are a thing. Hermit Crab as a body trading around the trans community. Apps created to put your body up for trade. Just like robots. Yes! I mean, that's basically what I did. You know, I was a little glooplet, and I'm like, this body isn't quite correct for this environment, and then I grabbed this one, and now I robot. I not glooplet no more. Save. Left my body behind and went to my fancy robo one. Yippee! Oh, but yeah, like it's nice when I have like alters like my primary co-fronter, Luca. I know I said I wasn't sharing names, but he's so fucking common. I talk about Luca with everybody. I love Luca. He's lovely. And he very much talks in a low, flat tone of voice like this. He sounds like he's bored all the time. When he shows emotion, there's a little bit there, but the way he talks is perfect, you know? Great, wonderful, love that shit. But like I said, then there are other ones that prefer to talk in my higher vocal range, and it's just like, I don't know. Stuff gets more complicated when you have weird mental shit that causes different modes, you know? Because like then I have to be extra, like, I need to push my voice down all the time forever to compensate for the fact that at least one of my more common alters is more in the higher vocal range. I would swap to Eddie's body in a millisecond if I could. That'd be so cool. Don't know who that is, but yes, body swapping would be very fun. Oh, your Sona. See, I just associate your Sona with you. So that Rocky to me. Okay. The big pink fish dragon. Yes. Yeah, swapping into a Sona's body would be so nice. I don't know if I would become Scion in particular. As much as Scion is me, I don't know if I would want Scion's body. I think I would prefer... Well, I would prefer just merging with Luca, honestly. Luca is kind of my ideal body. Like, and like, I can't even describe it to you guys because I do want to be kind of more private with that, but, he is masculine with... He's like... How the fuck do I word this? He's very... He's Ikemen, but leaning slightly bit more feminine. If that's the way I can describe it. Like, that sort of... He is very... Like, he's kind of androgynous, you know, but he's still clearly masculine despite having a lot of traits that are very appealing to the feminine eye. If that makes sense. Which is kind of like what my goal is with transitioning. I want to be a feminine man in a more, like, aesthetic beauty kind of sense rather than, like, femboy. If that makes any sense to anyone. Like, not quite Bishonen, not quite Ikmen, somewhere kind of in between. That I probably sound insane to someone. Yes, like Legolas. Yeah, Legolas is a very good example of what I'm going for. And Luca is very much like Legolas in aesthetics, which, you know, so I think, and I am named after Luca. I like in real life, in my real existence. So, so like, yeah. That is something fun, like that we share like an aspect of our names. He's a very important guy to me. Very, very, very important. He was my first altar that I ever split at a time that I really, really, really needed help and someone looking out for me, because I had no fucking clue. And I think the best way I can describe him is like he's like the embodiment of like a parentified child. At least because, like, I mean, he's grown with me, so now he's just kind of parent coded, but he was like the embodiment of like a kid who had to grow up way too fast to make sure that they were like okay. Because I didn't really have a lot of good adult figures in my life. I wasn't really raised by my parents. Like, they were there, they didn't really take care of me beyond the very most basic of needs. So I needed someone that could handle the more emotional aspects, and well, when you have no one, the only option is you. But that was too hard for my child brain to reconcile, so then I ended up kind of clinging onto the visage of a character that was very, very important to me at the time. And then Luca formed, taking on that visage in a more physical sense. Which, I don't know if that's like the way for like everyone who has like interjects or whatever, but it definitely is, like, for me, like a very... The experience is something that is like... Once again, I'm at a loss for words. The experience is very important, and significant. And it... While, like, obviously Luca is not the character that he resembles, that's why I don't call him by the character's name, I call him Luca. He still, in a way, the original character still, in a way, elevates the importance of Luca in my mind, which then makes him easier to front and easier for the rest of my body to listen to, if that makes sense, because there's something a lot more solid about that, about like an interject than like just a normal like personality fragment, if that makes sense. I mean, I still have those too. Like, I have another guy who's like very much like anxiety incarnate, and he's not based on anything. He's just there. Fun fact is about that guy, he was playing on this Minecraft world and was mining gravel, and he mined a couple blocks of gravel, and then for some reason the sound of gravel breaking the third time jump scared him so fucking bad he almost dropped the controller. Anxiety incarnate, everybody. That's a funnier story, I think, guys. I try to talk about having a dissociative disorder fairly positively, just because there's a lot of misconceptions around it, because it is like one of those disorders alongside like BPD and schizophrenia that get so heavily like portrayed in very negative ways in media, and so people have a negative disposition towards a lot of these disorders. So I try to really only talk about the positive aspects of it, even though very much there are a lot of negative aspects with it. My memory is absolutely fucking terrible. I have a lot of times where I just don't feel real and feel lost in my own existence, and I forget where I am sometimes. And dysphoria is a lot worse with multiple people of multiple genders in your head too, because you don't just get dysphoria for the gender that you're transitioning from. You also get dysphoria for the gender that you're transitioning to. Wild thing that happens. There's a lot of body dysmorphia that can happen with it too, for things that aren't even like gender related either. It's fascinating. But yeah, Luca as a whole is like the most important alter to me, because he's been around so long and he means so much to me, and he's helped me through the hardest shit. Me naming myself after him was like my way of like honoring all the ways that he's helped me. That's the lore behind my like actual name, is that it was helping to honor Luca. But yeah, like he would be like my goal with transitioning, because he kind of just encompasses everything that I've always wanted to be. He is everything that I've always strived to be, and like I care for him very deeply, so why wouldn't I want to look like him too? And just kind of like closer unite how we are already. What's it? I mean, sorry, I'm thinking about the roof of this. Yeah. There we go. I think I'm just gonna have the single band across. I'll be so fucking for real. I don't have a plan with building this shit, so I am just fully winging it. Like, I have, like, some general ideas of stuff I want to add. I don't actually have a proper plan. That looks like garbage. Anyway, sorry for, like, the somewhat heavy yap. That was not my intention. That's not what I wanted. So good. I don't know. I like being able to talk about this stuff more. Like, I want to be more open about, like, these sorts of experiences that I have. Because I think I have, like, a unique... Well, I mean, yeah, it is unique. Like, I can't really think of anyone off the top of my head that is making content that also talks about having multiple people in their head. But I know there are a lot of people out there that do have these sorts of disorders, so I want to be able to talk about them. And I have heard, like, that it can be kind of scary trying to put yourself out there with these disorders, because especially if you have something like DID instead of OSDD like I do, because OSDD is typically less severe with its symptoms. They're typically more manageable, but like they're just worried that like someone else is gonna come out and they're gonna just say something out of pocket and people are gonna be like, whoa, hey now, and like it doesn't even necessarily have to be something bad, but just like something contradictory, or they're gonna get the whole like, do you actually have this disorder? I think you're faking. Just because they have an alter that is more like out of the norm, like a introjects, for example. Most introjects out there are of like fictional characters that exist in pop culture media. Why? Because those leave significant impacts on our brain and can be very important to people. Just like how you take comfort from a special show, so can someone who has these disorders, and it can manifest into having a character from that show in their head as a way to try and help them cope with trauma or whatever, or just deal with their day-to-day, or because they just simply represent an aspect of themselves that they may or may not be like as consciously aware of. You know, it happens, but a lot of people think like, oh, you think you're this character from this show or whatever, you're clearly just faking it. It's not how that works. It's not how that works. It's not how that works at all. It is a personality fragment that takes on a more comfortable, more recognizable visage. Please, I'm begging people to just understand. Ugh. God, that does look really good overhead, and the windows are gonna look so nice. Oh, I'm hyped. Ooh, this is gonna look so good. I need to get a bunch of sand, though. I need to get a bunch more glass. And I need a lot more purple and magenta dye. Just dump all my shit real quick. So some magenta dye. I don't have very much red dye. I don't have very much purple dye either. Do I have bones? Do I have bone meal? I have bones. Do I still have any bone meal left? My chests are a nightmare. I'm so sorry. Like, this is the full, like, mid-build clutter. No. Okay. There's cornflowers on the other side. I do have a lapis, but I'd rather save that for blocks, for the arcane library. What makes magenta die again? With white, I gotcha. Sure. Let's just work with that for now. Let's figure out what to do for the stained glass windows. What patterns I'm gonna pop in. This is the wrong floor. I need to put some hanging signs for the floor numbers. So I think I want purple edges. I kind of want to make like a... Yeah. I was thinking more of a star burst in my head, but a cross works too, I guess. It's on brand. I mean, yeah, sure, fuck it, why not? Let's just keep up this pattern. At least it's like somewhat subtle. So, because like the colors are so similar, so it's not like blaring in your face. This is the house of God. I mean, it's on brand for both me and for the castle, because there are quite a lot of Christian there's quite a lot of Christian iconography within Dracula's castle. So why not? Makes sense. I mean, I did include that window literally thinking about Catholic churches, so... Yeah. It's fairly subtle. I like that. No fucking clue how I'm gonna do the roofing, by the way. Not a single clue in my mind how I'm gonna roof this monstrosity. Those windows are also gonna stay open. Because I think it's fun. I think it's time we go hunting for sand. It's weird. Cause there's like a bunch of little small beaches around here. But I don't want to tear up a beach too close to my place. Oh man, my throat is also not used to streaming anymore. Oh man. I think I'm gonna push till the 3-hour mark and then I'll hop off. I'm just glad we've come back. You know, I'm glad this is not like, it's not super big. I'm just glad that like people showed up. You know, I'm so excited to be back in streaming now that I've got everything put back together. I want to do it much more consistently, so I hope the rest of this year turns out decent. I have like an internal schedule kind of loosely planned out for myself. To try and help give myself space for both streaming commissions, and also give myself space to just relax with my friends and like roleplay a bit. You know, like I have room to schedule that in and like just be on my own, because that is important. That is important, and something that I forget all the fucking time as someone who's always just trying to make more. I always forget to schedule time to turn off. My kitty. Kitty. My tortie. She's all sleepy next to me. She's so cute. She's a little bald right now because she's been struggling to groom herself properly, and she's starting to really hate it when I like brush her. So the compromise is just like I will brush her until she tells me no more. And if I find any mats while I'm brushing her, I'll just shave it off for ease of both of us. Wow, this is a very inconvenient nether portal. See, all these are tiny little shitty beaches. I would like just a big beach. Or I don't want to have to crawl all the way over to the desert again. I'm so far. I'm so far away from an actual fucking desert. It was a nightmare to try and get cactus. Because like the wandering trader just was not fucking selling me cactus. You can see where I've already chomped away at sand here before. Hopefully this will lead me somewhere more beachy. Otherwise, I am just gonna have to chomp away at these tiny little shitty beaches. Wow, it leads me to fucking nowhere! Great. Fan-fucking-tastic. Leads me to fucking nowhere. Shit. Let's try to go in a straight line here. I don't want to deviate too much and then get lost because I didn't bring my compass with me. Whatever. I'm just gonna go eat up the little tiny beach chunks and I'm gonna like it. I'm not gonna cry while I mine up the tiny little beach chunks that piss me off. Ugh. Give me the sand! That's exactly why I hate these tiny little beach plots. Just like, you can only dig so much sand before the water starts creeping in. And like, I don't want to block it off because just annoying. I just want it to work out of the box, damn it. I just want it to already be suitable for harvesting. There's also just not a lot of environmental storytelling that can be done with mining these little beaches, you know? Like, oh no, some lonely Minecrafter came by and needed sand. Okay. I can't really make a build out of that. Like, the quarry in its vastness leads to grand environmental storytelling. Oh, the castle nearby was so large they had to construct a whole-ass quarry and hire workers to mine all the stone to build and, like, you know, cart it up the mountain. Like, eventually I'm gonna put like a little log cart or whatever nearby and like add like make like a better slope up to the mountain. Like, that's nice environmental storytelling. This is just Minecraft. I think that should be enough for now. Well, how my ramblings make sense. Sometimes I worry that I love to just say shit, but I wanna just say shit and have people understand what I mean. and that I'm not just gleep glorping it up here. Has anyone been watching anything cool lately? I've been trying to get my partner into Star Wars, so I've been feeding them Clone Wars very slowly. And that's been really fun to relive Clone Wars. God, I cannot wait till we get to season 5 and I get to watch them emotionally shatter. Cause I know I'm also going to emotionally shatter even though I've been through that hell before. Just yesterday I was getting really emotional thinking about Obi-Wan and Satine. Ugh, man. Had you just said the word? Ugh! Star Wars is funny to me because like it's one of those series that like I vehemently disliked, and never gave it a fair shot until like my dad was like, it's one of my favorite series. Can you please watch it with me? I want to share it with you. Like give it a shot. Give it a shot. And I'm like, oh, fine, because you're my dad. You know, and I was so hopelessly entranced. Like I had like he made me like we were going through it in chronological order. We still are together, and he's obviously like the first like the prequel movies were a slog, you know, but it's fine. And then we got to Clone Wars, and I remember enjoying Clone Wars when seeing it as a kid. You know, like I'm like, well, like I'm not a big fan of Star Wars, but like this is fine. Like seeing it on Cartoon Network, and then I watched Clone Wars as not an amoeba. Oh my god, changed my brain chemistry. I swear. Ahsoka to this day is still like my favorite Star Wars character ever, just ever, to live and breathe. She was too strong for the narrative that they had to lock her in a pocket dimension for a while so she wouldn't intervene with movies that have already been released. Oh, I love her so much, dude. So fucking powerful that the plot realized that she is a walking plot hole if they just leave her around. Where was Ahsoka at the Battle of Yammil? Where was she? Yeah, they had to lock her away. Because you know, she would have taken care of things before Luke ever got the chance to. 100% she would have just taken Luke's place had she not ended up in the world between worlds. At least she's I think she's out now. I need to watch the Ahsoka show. I think I've heard that she's... I would hope so. I hope she's not locked in the EBDB forever. Sure. I think the song's had its fun. Let's find something else. Nope. 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 No. Sure. That works. I'm gonna have to make so many fucking books. Oh, I should have been harvesting sugarcane more often. I need to make a cow farm. Oh god, I just realized I'm gonna need so many fucking books. Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. Do I even have wheat on me? Oh my god. I don't even have wheat on me. Hold on. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, I'm glancing at other things while I'm like waiting for stuff to cook. Oh my gosh, new dino sludge? Hell yeah! Oh man. So me and my partner watch Fish Stick on a Stick. And we have a tradition of watching his dino sludge bingo videos with our own bingo card. With like that is a tradition for us right now. So we have a notification bot in our private server for when there's a new dino sludge. Maybe they'll show up on stream. Come to the stream. Maybe. They might be busy. There's so many of these yellow flowers. I think I can spare a few for a bit of bone meal. Oh, wait a minute. Did you want to eat the wildflower? Hello? Why was that rabbit just like bouncing it? What? Do you like to eat wildflowers, little guy? You like wildflowers? Or was that just coincidence? Definitely just coincidence. Yeah? You the friendliest little rabbit ever. At least it's coming together. It really is coming together. I'm really happy with how this build is going. Once I extend those walls up, I'm also gonna texture this to come down a bit thinner and come down a lot lower. Just make it like a smoother transition. I'm gonna have a deep slate tile for all the roofing. Because it's my favorite deep slate variant, and I think it looks really good. There's a bunch of stone in there right now. Oh my fucking god. Wait a minute. No, stop, stop. There's a bunch of fucking stone in there right now. Here. Put these in here. Okay. I know I have more buckets than this. Where the fuck are the rest of my buckets? There they are. There are my buckets. Oh. This is where I was born. Feels like home. My new body is not quite agreeing with it. Oh, my friend Gail is online playing Fallout 4. I don't think they're streaming though. I haven't streamed in a long while. It makes me sad. I hope they stream again soon. Well, it's night. I might as well head up to sleep in my little tower. Oh yeah, I need light in here. So I'll turn this. Well, no, because yeah, I'll turn this side to the little fireplace thing. I mean, I might as well do that right now. I think other bricks will work. Let's see. Cool. Just enough netherrack. Am I stupid? Is it just copper? Yeah, it is just copper bars. Okay. Or copper ingots to make copper bars. I'm gonna need another rack. I might have my chest somewhere. So let me go get my axe. One more thing, you netherrack. Where the fuck is my axe? Am I blind? Am I stupid? Well, once again, my disorganized chests proved to be an absolute fucking nightmare. No. Wrong thing. I just realized probably be well. We'll keep it quiet. Ah! I didn't expect that. That is probably the most embarrassing jump scare I've experienced in this game thus far. I hope you guys are just quiet and it's not like just freaking out on me. Like, it's been really fucking quiet. Unstable. Uh-oh. Why am I unstable? Am I still even active? I mean, yeah. Weird. It was fine earlier. Shit, well, hope you guys are just quiet. And not that the fucking stream, like, if I exploded, it'd be nice. There we go. And then we'll get a couple stonework stairs. Yeah. Certainly helps with the lighting in here. This is still pretty dark. Maybe a nice chandelier here. That looks so nice from the ground. It really is starting to come together as like a nice grand castle. Here, I'm gonna put some like campfires up here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, baby bunny. Oh, baby bunny. Just like me, they're all ears. Do we even have logs? Like just raw log? I'm not sure that I do. Well, I have raw acacia log. That works. I'm not gonna use that for anything. Yeah, they'll just do the one. I need to go too crazy. Where am I going? It's the one staircase. I guess just breaking the ceiling again. Then do this. Yeah. Quick check on the sides. All seems good. Yep. Yeah. I'm so happy with this build so far. It's been really nice. Oh, yep, and we've hit the 3-hour mark right as I finish the staircase. Scooby, you're in the way. Not the staircase, the fucking yeah, right as I finish the big chimney. It looks a little big right now, but I think once I put the roof on, it won't be nearly as bad. But I can always make it smaller later. I hope all of you had a wonderful time here. Thank you all for coming to the debut. Hope you guys enjoy the new model. This is gonna be staying for a while. I'm really excited to get back into streaming, and I hope all of you have a wonderful day. God bless, and just, you know, take care of yourselves out there. You know, life is really, really hard right now. when, you know, stuff is incredibly difficult. Hey, why is my chat off to the side? Why the fuck is my chat all the way over there? Give me 1 second. What happened there? Chat, why are you so far? Come back. There we go. Anyway, life's really hard right now, you know, especially for us that are queer. Just please take care of yourselves. Look out for one another. Now is not the time to be arguing with other people that are on the same side as you. You know, let those conversations wait until things, at least until we deal with the more pressing issues. All right, you know, I see so much fucking infighting between like queer people these days. It really sucks. We're all on the same side here. We all have the same goals of living our lives without being persecuted. You know, please. You know, but I love you all. God bless. You know, oh my god, I just realized what my entire Yap screen is just slightly off center. Great, that's why the chat was all the way over there. Wow. Why does this keep happening? I keep having this issue where like my chat screen, my specifically this one, the Yap screen, is just like constantly like trying to move around and like without my input. Like I have this shit locked. I have it locked in OBS. Why are you moving? Anyway, thank you all for coming. I really hope that you guys have a good day. I love all of you. You guys are perfect as you are. Please take care of yourselves. Join my Discord server. We try to have, you know, stuff going on in there. We try to do fun things. Yeah, we try to have fun things going on there. I want to have like community movie nights, watch shows together with people. And if you ever need to contact me, that is the fastest way to get to me. It's just through there. So yeah, please come into the Discord server, hang out, chill. It's where I'm at whenever I'm not on stream. I love you all so much, my sweet little bitlets. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.